chairman of the National Resistance Movement, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Anita Among, the first National Vice Chairperson of NRM, the second National Vice Chairperson and First Deputy Prime Minister, the Secretary General of NRM, the Central Executive Committee members, the Honorable Ministers present, the Karamoja Parliamentary Group and other members of Parliament, all the leaders of NRM, including the former MPs that are here, members of the family, the staff of NRM, ladies and gentlemen. I want, as the Master of Ceremony, take this opportunity to welcome Your Excellency to the party headquarters, where you come to pay tribute to the fallen comrade and member of the Central Executive Committee, the late Honorable Aspro Simon Peter ALEPER. Your Excellency, Honorable Aspro died when he was coming to attend the Central Executive Committee meeting. And the Central Executive Committee paid the tribute in recognition, but also decided that at a appropriate time after the burial, the committee will sit to make a formal resolution so that can be forwarded to members of the family. Your Excellency, we want to thank you for allowing the government of Uganda to pay tribute to our fallen brother the way he has been with the unofficial burial. This is something that has waived, it has recognized the contribution, and it has inspired many leaders. Today's function is for the official mourning by the party. We shall have this morning session presided over by the President. And at 2 p.m., we are going to have a formal service led by the All Saints Church here at the party secretariat. Your Excellency, one, thank you for honoring and coming to pay tribute. The next program we are going to is laying of wreath, and we are going to begin with the family. Can we have the wife laying the wreath? Those responsible will assist her so that we can move as fast so that we can liberate time. The children, the Right Honorable Speaker of Parliament. The first National Vice Chairman, Right Honorable Alhaji Moses Chigongo. the second National Vice Chairperson and First Deputy Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Ali Twala Kadaga. We shall have the Vice Chairpersons, Regional Vice Chairpersons of NRM. Next, we have the SEC members. Next, we have the Secretary General. He will be accompanied by the members of the top management. Next is the Secretary General Emeritus, the Right Honorable Justin Kasule Lumumba. Next, we shall have members of Cabinet present. Next, we have Karamoja Parliamentary Group. TESO Parliamentary Group, we have presidential advisors, and that will close the and finally, we have the office of the national chairman. Hajati Hadija Namialo and your team. Can we conclude this exercise? Your Excellency, when you were just beginning, I did go through the line of protocol as we are here. In order to save time, I will appeal to the people who come to speak to recognize the protocol of His Excellency, the President, and the other protocols to save time. We may not go through the entire list of the protocol so that we can move faster. But Your Excellency, also want you to know that we have Hajat Farida Kibowa, the National Chairperson of Women's Council here. And we also have Madame Akui Robinanora, the National Women's Council Treasurer, who comes from the Kapiripirit district in Karamoja. I want to thank you to come to the party headquarters to condole with the family and the party. We are going to have some speeches. And I want finally again to reiterate what I have already announced, that in order to save time, let us be specific and use 2 minutes. We shall begin our speeches with the Karamoja Parliamentary Group. Please.
Colleagues, come. Yeah. Your Excellency, all protocol observed. On behalf of the 26 members of Parliament, all of them NRM from Karamoja region, we want to condole with you and commiserate with you on the loss of one of us, the Honorable Simon Peter ALEPER, who was a member of Parliament and served with us in the 9th Parliament, and has been a member of the Central Executive Committee, of which you are chair. In the spirit of consensus, which is rooted in the Karamoja culture, we have always voted ALEPER and allowed him to lead us and be a member of the Central Executive Committee, and he was serving his 2nd term. Your Excellency, we are honored by your decision to give one of us an official burial. And the region is really honored, Your Excellency. We thank you so much for this. And in a special way, we want to thank Madam Speaker, Right Honorable Speaker, for being the first to receive the message, and together with Mike Mukula, when this accident happened, and they were able to mobilize funeral services, A+ funeral services, to go to the scene and pick his body and bring to Kampala. Thank you so much. And together with the SEC, thank you so much, SEC, for loving your brother and for being involved since this happened 3-4 days ago. Your Excellency, just 3 points. One, ALEPER was a dreamer. He had a dream like all of us, like you, Your Excellency, for a transformed, peaceful, and developed Karamoja. And all he did was always asking, how do we change this part of the country? And Your Excellency, that dream is grounded in the historical mission of NRM under the 10-point program, in 10-point program, point number 8B, where while you are fighting in the bush, you said when you would come to power, you would transform and change Karamoja. And true to it, Your Excellency, Karamoja is changing. You have not come to meet, we have not met recently, but so many things are happening. As you already know, we have electricity, almost all the sub-counties. We have a tarmac road, better tarmac roads than we have here in Kampala here. We have industries. We have industries now coming to Karamoja. Many Ugandans may not know that there are many industries in Karamoja. There's industries for marble, for cement, and others. And one of the reasons why I was in Karamoja was to discuss with the community to give land for a new factory called Fortune Cement. And he had signed, the community had signed to give 500 acres of land in Kosirwe. And in his car when he died, all those documents were recovered while the community had expended their signatures, and he was coming here to Kampala to deliver those documents. Your Excellency, so many things are happening. The international airport is coming to Kudepo. Tourists are pouring into the region. Security has improved, Your Excellency. And we want to thank the UPDF. It is very peaceful, and we want to thank in a special way through you. We want to thank General Nabasa. He's a very practical officer. Where there is a problem, he goes there. He doesn't wait to receive calls from him. He goes there personally, and he discusses with the community. And I think that's what our people like, that interaction. And he has managed to really make the region quiet. What we are focusing now is really on development. And it is because of insecurity that has been undermining. There has been the cause of poverty in the region. And I think with security gone, we are focusing on how to transform and change and develop that region together with you, Your Excellency. Number two, Your Excellency, our prayers go to you about this young family. Aspro has a wife and 6 kids. Your Excellency, the biggest cost is education. 3 of them are already in university, studying at Uganda Christian University. We really want to appeal to you in your heart of hearts, and you have been supporting the region, giving young people some support through State House, and that's why we have now over 45 doctors. Please, Your Excellency, help this family. And it really will be great, and you will have lifted, it will be a big plus for the NRM fraternity, for this young family, that they remain in the footsteps of the dreams of transformation that Aspro had with his small family. Your Excellency, with the little support he was getting from the Central Executive Committee, Aspro did not have a home here. He was renting where we have been in Mutungo. If we could get somewhere, because children and all of them have been here, and he has been the one keeping them and paying the rent with this small allowance. If we could get maybe a small apartment where they can be here, and maybe we have been discussing, and we had a lot of ideas. We can talk to Madam Speaker, whether we could find a job for her so that now that the husband has gone, she could be close to the children, to bring up these children and get a job here in Kampala. Madam Speaker, we will appeal to you, through Your Excellency, appeal to you to find a job here so that you can be close to these small children. Lastly, Your Excellency, is really that Karamoja, now that is because of his inner character, which you understand very well. Karamoja is a region under NRM. But in our constitution, we are not a region. You will find that the districts of Kotido, Kabong, Karenga, Abim, when there are party elections or the national elections, they end up in Gulu. And you find that the rest of us, Moroto, Nakapiriprit, Amudat, Napak, Abim, Nabilatuk, we end up in Mbale. Could we find a way to amend our constitution to provide that Karamoja stays together as a region? We have done it under the party. We have done it as a party, and I think if this is done, we could really, because we wanted really that consensus that Karamoja is the home of NRM. We may be pastoralists, moving all over the place, but politically we are grounded. We don't have those bad manners of moving all over the place. Politically we are grounded, and we deliver always because we are clear on what you shared with us about the change that is needed in that part of the country, and in transforming Karamoja, will transform this country. Many Ugandans don't know that Karamoja has 50 commercial industrial minerals. With the changes and electricity, now there is a high power of electricity going to Karamoja and the road. We are going to contribute immensely to the transformation agenda and development of Uganda. Your Excellency, I can stop here, and thank you for that. And we also want to keep KDA. Your Excellency, we are waiting that you asked us to meet and discuss about KDA as a vehicle, special purpose vehicle for rapid transformation of Karamoja. You know, when we hear the word rapid in Karamoja, we understand it very well, because when you fire a gun, really it's rapid, and want that rapid thing, Your Excellency, to change the region. Thank you very much. Alakara. Alakara, Papa.
One, thank Honorable Remegio for keeping time, but also telling the world that the vision of NRM and that of His Excellency the President has transformed Karamoja. We now have the speech by the family. Moses, you lead the team, and then you know how to proceed like you have agreed. Please come over and you give the speech for the family.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Retired General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and all protocol are observed in the interest of time. Your Excellency, my name is Moses Chuna Kapolon. I am the father-in-law, but also being charged to represent the family on behalf of the clan. I'm going to just make an excerpt of the biography of Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter. But before that, I am here with the family, the widow and the children. They will introduce themselves later, and the widow will have to make a statement, and maybe one of the children. Your Excellency, Honorable Simon Peter ALEPER was born on the 26th December 1974, meaning that he's making just 50 years. Has met his death when we still thought he would live longer. The journey of his life has been cut short. We wish we could extend his life, but we are in this situation. Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter is a self-made man in a way that he lost his parents when he was still young, but struggled through education. His father was polygamous, had many wives and many children, but it's estimated that he had close to 40 other siblings, but he was the only one who made it in life. And he has been a pillar to so many of these families. It's a big loss for our family, Your Excellency. In terms of education, Honorable Simon Peter ALEPER did a lot. He has just recently finished a Bachelor of Laws, and he was pursuing a bar course at Law Development Center, Kampala. He had a degree of arts in political science and other accomplishments. But I want to strikingly say that it was at A level that his career, I can say, started to flourish. The Cornerstone Leadership Academy in Nakasongola offered him a scholarship after he had dropped out of school. And while at the Cornerstone Leadership Academy, he had an encounter with the Lord Jesus Christ. And he gave his life to God, and his life began to flourish. For all the 25 years of his work, he dedicated much of it to working in Karamoja with the civil society organizations that I cannot enumerate all in the interest of time. But finally, he joined politics because of the burden that he really carried all through his life. We went to school with him, and the burden of Karamoja was on his heart. And there was nothing else you could talk apart from the issues we were grappling with in Karamoja. So he joined politics, served in Moroto municipality as a member of parliament, the 9th parliament. And he also became the vice chairperson for NRM until now that he has passed. Your Excellency, in the interest of time, I want to make 2 appeals on behalf of the family. One, I want to say thank you so, so much for the honor you've accorded Honorable Simon Peter Aleper. Who are we? We don't deserve this, but because you've loved us and you've appreciated and recognized the contribution of Honorable Simon Peter Aleper, you've accorded him an official burial. We are very grateful, Your Excellency. I want to appeal that you look into this family. A void has been created, a gap has been created. And I know that you've already extended your support to us. Continue until we realize the dream that Aleper had for this family. Secondly, we'll be at peace, and I'm sure Aleper will be at peace if the Karamoja question keeps lingering in the NRM government. Aleper, in his last days, devoted to coming up with a Karamoja development plan. And in this development plan, the theme was the Karamoja we want. So the 10-year development plan that has now been integrated into the National Development Plan is one of the key documents that Honorable Aleper put his mind. We want to appeal, Your Excellency, that the Karamoja question, the Karamoja issues should come to the fore. I want to thank you so much, and I want to thank the SEC that has been with us, has worked with us the journey. I want to thank Honorable Lydia Wanyoto, who has been with the family entirely for the whole time, and Mr. James Teweyo, who has been with us, who was the chairperson. We thank you so, so much. And the Secretary General for the open door that he has accorded us all through. We want to be very grateful. Thank you so much. Your Excellency, now I want you to permit us to have the widow make a statement, and then one of the children. Thank you so much.
Your Excellency, Your Excellency, all protocol observed. I'm called Nadia Scholastica. I work in a park district as a community development officer. I've been living with Aleper Simon Peter, Honorable, for the last 24 years, and we have 6 children together. Please allow them introduce themselves.
His Excellency, all protocol observed, a good morning to you all. My name is Aleper Thekla, the firstborn to Mr. Aleper Simon Peter, the late. Thank you. I pursue procurement and logistics management at Uganda Christian University. I'm in my second year, first semester.
His Excellency, all protocol observed, good morning. My name is Mary Thekla. I am the second born to the late Aleper Simon Peter. I am also in Uganda Christian University, pursuing a Bachelor of Laws, second year. Thank you.
Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda, Retired General MUSEVENI. My name is Lokaya Trevor ALEPER, and I'm the first son and only son of the late Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter. I'm at Secha High School, Senior 5. Thank you.
His Excellency, all protocol observed. Good morning, everyone. I am the fourth born to Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter the late. I am in St. Mary's Chitende, Form 2. Thank you.
His Excellency, my name is Lomuge Trisha, and I am in Primary 4, and my school is Mbia Parents. His Excellency, my name is Tamara Otya. I'm in P2 and my school is Mbia Parents.
Those are the children I have with Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter. We've been together for 24 years. Looking back, I have lost so much. His death is a bullet to my family. He has been a father, a rock, not only to my family, but to the rest of the clan. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for the support you've given to us. The other day when you called me, I was broken down. But after you told me you'll support to educate my children, I stopped crying. That's why I'm able to stand here today. And I get comforted, and I want to remain strong for the sake of these children. I thank you very much. Honorable ALEPER was my friend. His father had 10 wives. That's what he told me. Whenever one wife had a problem, his father would beat the rest of the women. And he promised that when he grows up and gets married, he would never beat his wife. He has never laid a finger on me. I love him so much. I miss him. I miss him so much. I don't know. God should guide me. With all your support, I think I'll stand tall and strong, and to let these children emulate the footprints of their father. I know he set a high standard, not only at his job, but even in the family. Discipline was #1 in my family. And I want to ensure that these children grow up as upright citizens of this country. Your Excellency, I made a request. I'm not going to say it here. I'll present it to you, Papa, for you to look into. I'll be grateful for all the support that you'll give to us. Thank you so much. May he so rest in peace.
Your Excellency, we have the only surviving sister of Honorable ALEPER, biological sister. Lokeris Mary. She's here. And she has a son named Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lahara.
We want to thank the family, and we want to thank Your Excellency for giving hope to the hopeless. in the times when the future looked bleak, your word gave hope, and I want to thank you very much. In order to save time, we're now going to have the Secretary General. The Secretary General, can we have a microphone on that side so that you speak from that side and we save time? Or we move. But also the Secretary General is going, I've been informed, that in the course of his deliberations, he will invite the doctor, the pathologist, in order to give us a report of what has happened, and any other announcements that the Secretary General may wish, or any other persons he may wish to introduce. Right, Honorable Secretary General.
Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Uganda and Chairman of the party, the family of my good friend, Honorable ALEPER Simon, all protocol observed. Your Excellency, this is the second SEC member we are losing. Out of the 6 regional vice chairpersons, we are now left with 4. And 2 who have passed on are from northern Uganda. And to us, his death politically is a very big blow. But we thank you, sir. We thank you for standing with the family, for standing with us, and standing with the Ugandans and the Karamoja sub-region for according our brother a befitting burial. We thank you for personally coming to the party secretariat to pay your tribute to Honorable Simon ALEPER. I personally knew Honorable Simon ALEPER from our days in the university. The stories that the family mentioned here were the stories that brought us together because we share similarities. But we became more closer during our student politics when he was my campaign agent for North, East, and Central Alliance against the West. I remember one time when we sat in my room at the university, Honorable ALEPER Simon was very vocal. He was trying to analyze the useless alliance we were having in this country. And so imagine we are caucusing here to speak against one region of Uganda. This is not how we, educated citizens, should behave. That was how we started bonding with Honorable ALEPER Simon. And our path met again when we were in the 9th Parliament and again in the party. So he's somebody that I knew personally. He has been very passionate about the Karamoja sub-region. Your Excellency, you recall that during one of our SEC meetings, Honorable Simon ALEPER mentioned to you that they have got land for a demonstration farm that you should take to Karamoja. And you accepted and you promised him that you'll open a demonstration farm in Karamoja. Recently, when I was in Karamoja and in Moroto, it was Honorable Simon ALEPER who mobilized the leaders that are now here and others who are in Karamoja to come and move a motion to second your continuous leadership and coming back to contest in Uganda in 2026 general election. He was behind the mobilization. He mobilized districts in Karamoja to donate land to the party. As I speak now, we have a very beautiful piece of land in Moroto municipality donated by the Moroto Municipal Council to the party. He was behind that. We have land in Napak district, which was donated to the party. Honorable Simon ALEPER was behind that. So we thank him so much for what he has played, contributed to the development of Karamoja. Your Excellency, with your permission, allow me to invite the doctor to just give us the brief of the medical report that they found as the cause of death to our brother. And thereafter, Honorable James Tweye, who is the chair organizing committee, to give us the program how we shall take our brother for burial from here. So kindly, I request the doctor to come and give us that. We had a request that tomorrow we are going to have a council session in Moroto, and we are requesting that, with your permission, sir, if you could allow our brother to be flown to Karamoja to catch up with the time for the council meeting, which will be in the afternoon tomorrow. So the doctor, please, can you give us the summary of the postmortem report?
Thank you. Your Excellency, sir, ladies and gentlemen, protocol observed, good afternoon. I'm Dr. Batesachi Alan Paul, a pathologist from Lago National Referral Hospital. And I'm here with my colleagues from the same department to represent the rest of the team that participated in the post-mortem examination of Honorable Simon Peter ALEPER. When we examined him, we found that he had scratch marks on the right shoulder, on the right arm. The right eye was swollen. There was bleeding from the ears and the nose. There was a fracture through the skull, and there was bleeding in the brain. Some of the neck bones were broken, and the ribs were broken on both sides of the chest. The chest aorta was torn, and there was bleeding into his chest. The liver too was torn. Those are the significant findings, and the cause of death was multiple injuries secondary to blunt force trauma. Thank you for listening.
Thank you. May I invite Honorable James Tweo, just in 2 minutes, give us the program from now on up to the Tuesday when we bury. Sir, we thank you for the contribution you have made towards this arrangement. And I think from today, NOC, the National Organizing Committee, now will take over other arrangements.
Thank you, Your Excellency, the President and Chairman of the party. Protocol observed. I was assigned responsibility by the Central Executive Committee, which sat on the very morning when our brother passed on. And I had a team which I was working with the Honorable Gaddafi, the Honorable Kato, with Hajet and Hajet Medina, and the National Treasurer. They were part of the team, and the Honorable Sinkatongori. Your Excellency, we have been sitting and sharing issues, and we even built a platform where we're updating. We had also Honorable Remigio and Moses from the family who were supporting us to update the centers. Your Excellency, part of the program is already done. We received the body at Morago Hospital, and we want to thank Haji Gongo who went there and the team. We also had a service yesterday at All Saints Nakasero, and then proceeded to Parliament where eulogies and a full session was accorded. We want to thank the Speaker, Right Honourable Speaker, and the Deputy Speaker for that. Your Excellency, this morning we are here. We had thought of a special session, but we thought we would arrange another day where we shall sit and have that special session, and other issues will be discussed to that effect. Your Excellency, in the afternoon, we shall have prayers here, and we shall have a vigil. Your Excellency, we bank on you for travel tomorrow early morning, because we know you are able to provide, and we expect to have a chopper fly his body from Kororo or wherever it will land and take him straight to Moroto, where we shall have a regional council session. The people of Karamoja insisted that he was the regional chair, and they want to honor him in a regional council session. We have a team in Moroto and in Apak, led by the chairperson of C5 in Apak, supported by the RDC. We have seconded there 5 MPs who are going in advance tonight to ensure that the team, they're already there. Excellent. The team is already there, 5 MPs, and they are working together with the rest. We want to thank the team in Karamoja. We had also a smaller committee, subcommittee, which is at the home in Mutungo, which was led by our chairman of Nakawa Division, NRM Nakawa Division, and supported entirely by Lydia Wanyoto, who was there full time. Honorable Katongore was part of that group. Your Excellency, we put a small committee here to draft this program and look into the finances, which was chaired by Honorable Gaddafi. Honorable Huda was part of the members, and the rest of the committee worked perfectly to structure all that. My vice chairperson was Honorable Nakut. Oh, she's here. Who would stand in perfectly and fill any gap that I had any missing element. So, Honorable, Your Excellency, when the body reaches Moroto, they shall have a session, and the next morning we shall have service at St. Philip's Cathedral, which was one of his churches. He had several churches, including Mutungo, where they have been coming in every other evening for service at his home in Mutungo. On Sunday, 28th, we shall have that service, and the body will move now to his home in Napak. On Monday, it will be full viewing, and we shall have service, and on Tuesday morning at 10, we shall begin the service and lay the body to its final destination. I want to thank you, Your Excellency, for the support you have accorded us, and I want to thank the National Organizing Committee, which came in to join with us and integrated us and is working with us perfectly, and we believe we shall fulfill this task. I thank you.
Thank you so much. May I now take the opportunity to invite the first National Vice Chairman, Alhaji Moses Chigongo, to make his remark and invite His Excellency the President to address us. Thank you.
Your Excellency, today is the sad day. It is really sad to see our colleague lying here in the coffin when he cannot say anything. But I don't want to take a lot of your time, sir. The mourners here are waiting to hear from you when you are paying your message of condolences. I also thank the mourners for having turned up in a big number here. Your Excellency, come and talk to them, please.
Okay, sit down, please. The first Vice Chairman of the NRM, the Speaker of Parliament, the Vice Chairpersons of the NRM, the SEC members, the members of Parliament, the family, and all the mourners. It's really a pity to see progress, but also problems which are not necessary. ALEPER died from an accident on that road from Tirinyi to Nakarama. That's a good road. We have just made it. We tarmacked it before. Before it was Maram, that road from. It was Maram before the NRM. When the NRM came, we tarmacked it. A shortcut. You didn't have to go to Tororo. You would go straight to Mbadi. It grew old, and then we did it. We have just done it again, the reconstruction. So it's a new road. Now, because it is new and smooth, that's why people are tempted to overspeed and so on. So there you have a situation, and Remigio was telling you how the roads in Karamoja are now better than the ones in Kampala here, your Kampala. The road from Moroto to Nakapiripirit. There's a new one which I hear them talking about. I have not driven on it. The one from Muyembe to Namaru, I hear they have also, they are either working on it or they are about to finish or something. Then the one from Soroti to Moroto, they are good roads. But now, you see, progress, problems. So that's why the Ugandans need to know how to manage the two. I saw one joker. You know you have got jokers in your society there. There's a joker, I think it's called Seungu or something like that. Last night in Parliament, when you were talking about ALEPER, there's a joker called Seungu. I think it was called Seungu. He was speaking. Yeah, it's called Seungu. I know them from intelligence, from those who are not so useful. I always follow them up. Now he was saying that because there are two lanes, one lane, that's why we have accidents. That we should go to 4 lanes. Just like children. You see adults talking like children. We are struggling to tarmac Moroto, Kotido, we have not done it yet. Kotido, Kabong, Chidepo, we are struggling with those. And many others in the country. Now this one is talking of 4 lanes. When we have not finished 2. What sort of people are these? And they call them leaders, honorable, what? But sometimes God is the one who allows these things to happen. You know, I don't go to church so much, but I am a churchman quietly there as a backbencher. Because they say ALEPER was driving himself. That's what I was told. Early in the morning or at night? At night. But he had a driver whom he had left in Mbale. I didn't know why. That's what I was told when I was talking. So, I don't know whether he was tired and dozed or what, or the vehicle, whatever happened. But in 1979, during the war with Idi Amin, I was almost going to be like ALEPER. We had captured Mbarara, and the Tanzanian army had given me my Land Rover. They had allocated a Land Rover to me with a Tanzanian driver called Twaha. And we had to leave Mbarara in the night. There is a Maramu road which goes to Tanzania from Mshungezi. As you go to Chikagate, there was a good Maramu road going not to Mutukura, to the Kajera River. So we started driving before daylight, and by morning you were on that Maramu road. I had to take turns with my driver to drive so that he also rests. And I was the one driving now. And without any reason, the Land Rover got out of the road, went in the bush, like 20 meters in the bush. But fortunately, it was just grassland, no tree, no what. So that's how we have got a chairman here now. Otherwise, that chairman could have ended up there at that time. So you wonder now, what saved this chairman? So you, the family, you trust God. You may not know that Museveni trusts God because you don't see him in the church, but I trust God. What really caused this so unnecessary death? Just a young person, very active, very Christian, now he dies. It's so sad. But even the few years he had on earth, you know, some people can live for a short time, but to go do a lot of work for humanity and for God. And others live for a long time doing nothing. Jesus was here only for 33 years. And they killed him, those Jews. They killed him for no reason. But now I am also a Christian, you can see me. Museveni, son of Kaguta, is now a Christian. 2,000 miles from where Jesus died, because he left a very good message, which will never die. The message he left, Jesus. This man who died at 33 did more work than people who live and die 100. So from what you are saying, of course I was seeing Simon ALEPER, but I was not knowing what he was doing on the ground. I was seeing him as a member of parliament for Moroto municipality, I think. But now you are giving you witness. First of all, he was an orphan. He managed to study. When 40 others from the same polygamist, 39 others never made it. That one I didn't know. How did he manage? Who paid for him? So, you the others, learn from him. How did this orphan manage? This message is not for nothing. You know, when this, what we call witness, it is not just to write, it is to help others know what to do. Then the issue of the factories of cement, he was involved in it. There was a confused MP from Karamoja, the Tepeth one. Is he here? The Tepeth man. Come and they see you, Tepeth man, if you are here. He has already gone. Now, this Tepeth man, Tepeth is a group in the mountain whom I liberated recently from another group called Matheniko. Matheniko are the ones in the lowland. They were the ones dominating, because they were under one constituency, but the Matheniko are more. So whenever there are elections in Matheniko, Tepeth, nowhere. Because me, I'm always on the ground. There's another group called Ik. Have you ever heard of Ik? You see an Ik man, you have never seen. Come and they see you. The Ik are only that command there. You see him? Thank you. So, because we are always on the ground, we are able to see those local problems. The Ik being liberated from the Dodoth. Dodoth were dominating them. I have seen these young children here in the social media that they want to reduce the size of parliament. They don't know why the size of parliament is big and why it is helping, what it helped. The issue of the pay is another matter. There I may agree with the young people. The salaries, that one, I will be talking with the grandchildren. But the numbers, like that Ik, they were being dominated by the Dodoth. They couldn't show up. All the MPs from Karamoja, whom we knew, Max Chaudhry, at independence, was he not a Dodoth? Dodoth. But where are the ik? That short man is an ik man. Then you have the Napore, the group of our minister there. Again, not appearing. So we gave them a constituency. You Napoli also get something small. Well, what do you call separating food for the children when you are eating with the adults? In the Bantu dialects, we call it okubagera. How do you call it in Akaramajong?
We call it akitiak. Akitiak.
Akitiak. Akitia, pia.
Tiak.
Akitiak. So we are to akitiak for the ik, akitiak for the Napole, akitiak for the tepeth. Now, the man I akitiaked for is the one who was now causing confusion. He went, first of all, he doesn't know his job. That he's the one to give land. I said land is given by the central government, not by you. So they are going to build, I think that's what ALEPER was involved in sorting out. Going to build, we have got so many factories coming now. Cement factory, the one near here, near the airport. Then there's another one in Katkekire. But they needed land. Now, some villagers, they told those Indians who are building the factory, are they Indians or Chinese? I think those are Indians. They told the Indians, you must buy the land. 40 billion shillings, imagine. And this Tepeth man was in that group. Just ignorance. And without telling us, without coming saying, you old man, you Emojong, because I'm an Emojong, an old man. This is Teso or Akarmojongo? Akapron. Both. He doesn't come to say, you old man, how do we handle this issue of the land for the Indians? No, he's now with the central government, negotiating with the investors. We shall not allow you to build the factory here if you don't pay us 40 billion. Then the Indians said, you are idiots. I cannot bring, because to build that factory, they need $600 million to build the factory. Then it will earn Uganda, each year, it will earn Uganda $900 million. Imagine. And then I have brought all the money to buy the machinery, to build the buildings, civil works. You're telling me also I should buy land? What are you for? The Indians were packing to go. They say, we go, we shall go and build in Kenya. And you, I don't even know how I came to know. Who told me?
Your Excellency, General Saleh is the one who brought up the issue when it was in Karamoja.
Sorry, it was, I don't know. Somehow I came to know. That's how I came in. The Indians were about to go. They had actually packed some of the machines. They had stopped. So I called this meeting. The villagers from Katkekere, they all came there in Entebbe. This Tepeth man came also talking his what. Then we were all there. Lokeris was there. So I said, you people, you shut up. This is none of your business. You have nothing to do with the investors. If we are to compensate our people, we shall do it ourselves. This is a private matter among ourselves. What these Indians want is free land to build what we don't have. We have land. What we don't have is a factory, machinery, buildings. Now you also want this man to buy what we don't have and also buy what we have, and you call yourself honorable or whatever, you are really not serious. So, but ALEPER, as vice chairman, was already involved in that issue. So when I met them second time, they had now changed. They had become reasonable. Some common sense had come from heaven, and they had sort of understood. I think now they are moving. I don't know what had remained, what ALEPER was trying to resolve. What was remaining? Rokeris.
Your Excellency, what was remaining was the negotiation of amount of compensation. Some of the same people were going back to say figures which were not convincing to anybody. And when he was there, I was talking with him. Even the day he died, I talked to him in the evening at 6. I was seeing some figures. I said, this one cannot be there. This one can. Then they negotiated. When now they agreed, they sent me the text. I said that this one is okay. Now he was coming. He was telling me the next day, but because the SEC was supposed to convene in the morning, I think that prompted him to leave, to bring now a refined text for signing for the 500 acres, which we discussed about, where the factory is supposed to be. So everything had been agreed, and he was bringing all those documents. Unfortunately, died on the way, but we recovered
now,
the papers.
When Rokeris talks, I remember now. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, Excellency.
You see, first of all, these villagers, led by the Tepeth boy, were demanding money from a wrong person. The Indian, give us 40 billion. The Indian, you what? I bring $600 million and you ask me also to bring 40 billion? You are stupid, you are stupid. The Indian was going. So, you man, why don't you come and talk with the government? Yes, it is true that these people need quite a bit of land. How many square kilometers, Rokeris, for the mining? There is the 500. There is the 500 acres where the factory will be.
Yes.
Then there is where
the other one 900, 500, because they are all in total. Then,
900 acres.
Yes, 950 acres.
For the cement now.
Yes, for the cement, where you are supposed to get the materials from. Then they were giving those figures, and you said, you know. That one should be bought by government.
Yes.
And you did promise that you shall pay this. For you, you can pay where the factory is for the 500.
Yes.
And now they are ready to pay.
So,
thank you, Your Excellency.
So, because this is where the factories will be, because it's now not one factory, there are many now. There are like 4 or something like that of cement. There is where the factory will be, 500 acres, but there is where the limestone is being picked from. Now, the villagers were saying, this is our grazing land. We graze there. But you will continue grazing there, even when the factory is except for the 500 acres where the factory is, you will continue grazing. In the other area, they just mine in underground where the limestone is and take it away, and your goats can continue grazing around. So it's not a problem. So that was one problem. But the second one was the ridiculous demand. They were saying 1 acre, you must compensate us, I think, 12 million shillings or something like that. Per acre.
You know, when we started discussing with them, they were saying 25 million.
Yes, per acre, imagine. To compensate 25 million per acre. This is what they were asking the Indian. First of all, asking the wrong person, but quoting a ridiculous figure. So, thank you.
Okay. With your intervention, it came to 10 million per acre, and the Indian accepted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So, now you can see how dangerous leadership can be. Because if you say 25 million compensation per acre in Karamoja, first of all, the Indian was not going to accept. But if he was even to accept, and even if the government is going to accept, that means that you will set the price of land in Karamoja now at 25. So that when we are trying to build the Karamoja Cathedral Road, we must now compensate 25. We are no longer at the price of where we are compensating now. We are now going to go to a ridiculous artificial figure. So that means the roads will not be built. Not because we don't want to build the road, because the compensation is just unmanageable. So, now this is the confusion. Now you can see how confused ALEPER has died because of the extra work that had to be done because of the confusion caused by people. If there was no that confusion, maybe he would not have been traveling at night. This is the lesson we should get. In our Bantu dialects, we would say, okukarubya ebintu. To make everything hard. Something that should be done easily, it becomes now a problem. Because of confusion in people's heads. So you end up losing people. Like we lost people during the wars of Amin. What were they fighting about? Why did Obote overthrow the constitution in 1966? Why? Why did you overthrow the constitution? And we had to die to solve that problem. Amin, how could you Amin take over Uganda? We were here. Idi Amin. We were very active in the student movement. He didn't even call us to say, you young people, should I take over this government? No. So I take over the government. You take over our government. You, Idi Amin. You will see. So, now, what was an easy matter became now a big problem. So I think part of the lesson, this ALEPER man is a matter now. It's a matter like the ones of Namugongo, who dies because of the mistakes of others. Because maybe he would not have died if there was no this confusion about a good thing coming to Karamoja. A good thing coming to Karamoja becomes a problem, a source of arguments, of meetings, of begging. It's really, maybe that is the part of the lesson also. Number one, how this orphan was able to go through and make a contribution. Number two, what was he actually standing for? The substance of what he was standing for. Number three, the losses that are caused by narrow-mindedness. Instead of consultation, like this MP was misleading the TPF, you should have consulted you people. How is this one handled? What is the government policy on this? No. Everybody has got a policy, his own. You don't ask, ask, hello, these matters, how are they handled? What is the arrangement? No, because if you do that, you are not strong leader. Strong leader must be controversial. You must okunyoma. Okunyoma is to ignore For me, I think that could be the message that is in 50 years. 1974, when he was born, I had been fighting Yamin for I don't know how many years. Now he has left us. But anyway, Remigio made the point. Karamoja is now coming up. It's going to be a powerhouse for Uganda. This is because there are a lot of minerals there. There is gold, which was invaded by everybody in Kotido. No, in Abim. So I had sent the army to chase away all those pharaohs. Keep away. These minerals belong to all the people of Uganda. Anybody to come there must be licensed to mine on behalf of the 45 million Ugandans. You don't hear, this is incredible selfishness. You don't hear that the cows of Museveni family at Kisozi, you go there and you start picking cows. I will spear you. You will get a spear. I'll just spear you. My cows, what are you doing in my cows? The minerals belong to the people of Uganda. They are not personal property to... So, the people of Uganda, through their elected structure, are the ones who license you, mine on behalf of the 45 million. Because they all cannot come to mine there. Now, if you don't follow that, you will get chaos. You will get a loss. So Karamoja has got minerals, gold, marble, phosphates. I think there also could be other minerals which we are not very clear about. Because of that, we are attracting, and we have taken the electricity there. We have taken the tarmac road. So it will be a big hub for mining and manufacturing. And the other day I was meeting a delegation from somewhere who are even talking of wheat growing in Karamoja, that apparently Karamoja can grow a lot of wheat because of this and that and that and that. Now, this is exactly what we told you. When we were still in the bush, in writing, we said Karamoja will get special emphasis because it has been neglected by people who don't have eyes to see. So therefore, the NRM line of study, analysis, diagnosis, and prescription is what will help. Not only Karamoja now is a study case, because it is like the story of the Bible. The last will be first, and the first will be last. So Karamoja now is going to be first. In your eyes, you people who did, the people who did not have eyes to see. For us, we had eyes to see. I went there in 1970 when I was working in the president's office as a research office. I drove all this land. So we have lost Honorable ALEPER because of, for me, I was trying to process it in my head. Why? Such a young person, why? But maybe God wanted to create a matter out of this young person. because he died definitely because of the unnecessary confusion caused by really arrogance. If it's not greed, it is arrogance. Because if it is something you don't know, why don't you ask? This one, how should it be? There will be no confusion. But anyway, the NRM is there. When I rang my daughter-in-law, the wife of ALEPER, she was crying and all that. I said, no, we shall stand with you. We shall pay for the children. Those children will study. We shall pay for them until they finish their education. If my staff, my State House controller is here to make sure that the ALEPER's family get a small house in Kampala here. And if Anita Mong doesn't have a job in the parliament, because they are always fighting there in parliament, talking, standing up, sitting down, point of view. It's like a theater when they are down there. So if you don't have a job for my daughter-in-law, me, I will get her a job. What did she study? So, one of the father-in-law, not the widow.
Thank you, Your Excellency. She studied at third degree level Bachelor of Development Studies, but she also has a postgraduate diploma in public administration and a certificate in administrative law. And currently, she's a community development officer in Apak district.
If they don't have jobs in parliament, or if they are going to quarrel, because sometimes they quarrel there. Why did you give this one a job? Why not? The indiscipline and lack of culture. There is one of my schoolmates, David Anyoti. David Anyoti, you pronounce it as Anyoti. That gentleman was part of my student group. But he joined UPC, stayed with UPC. Then when we kicked UPC out, he went into exile and he died there. So when he died there, but he had married a Tanzanian because of our linkage with Tanzanians. So when Anyot died, I had to look for the family to support them. And one of Anyot's sisters used to be permanent secretary in the Ministry of Energy when I started the oil program. She helped me actually, because that's when I sent the people to train in petroleum. She was the PS. I told her, send people to study for masters in petroleum studies. So, when the widow of Anyot came, I said, no, she's not from here. The Banyankore are very careful with people who are not from the home. You can be careless with your relatives, but somebody who is from another area, you look after him or her very carefully. Because you don't want him to go back and say, oh, those people are not good, they didn't look after me. Your own people can, if my brothers speak bad about me, I don't care about them. But we call it enfra. If you go to Ankole even Rwanda. Enfura is a respected person who is not from your own group, from another group. So, I don't know how she had linked up with these people in Parliament. She got a job there. And I supported it. She's elderly. She's not young. But I want, because Anyot suffered so much. He died in exile. I don't know. Now, later on, I came to hear quarrels. How did this old woman get a job here? Imagine. We are treating her carefully because we don't want the Tanzanians to hear that the girl who got married here is on the streets. It is diplomacy. It is how to build our nani. Okay, you can compete, but this one here. So I don't want my daughter-in-law to go and become part of your arguments in Parliament. How did you get a job here? How did you? So I'm very happy to. What is good is that it seems when some of our people die, you all come together. Why don't you keep together even when there's nobody who has died? So I'm glad you have come to show solidarity to the family, and may the Almighty God keep Aleper's soul in eternal peace. Amen.
Let the Secretary General.
We shall get a helicopter by one way or another. I'm going to work on it.
Your Excellency, the family had done COVID test. I don't know whether it's appropriate. That wanted for a photo opportunity, if you'd allow it, Your Excellency. Moses, take the family.
Well, thank you for having been part of this broadcast from here at the NRM Secretariat in Kampala, where the President and also the Chairperson of the mighty NRM Party, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has been joining party members here at the Secretariat to pay eulogies to the late SEC member and former Member of Parliament for Moroto Municipality, Honorable ALEPER Simon Peter. Well, it is a good gesture from the party, and just like you have heard from the President, let's first get the anthems, then we shall wind up this broadcast. Well, thank you once again. This makes it the end of this broadcast here at the NRM Secretariat in Kampala. And now the President is having a last chat there with one of the national vice chairperson and the Minister in charge of East African Affairs, Honorable Rebecca Alidwala Kadaga. Then he will later depart, but that does not mean that the NRM Party's activities here are going to be on hold. Of course, the party is having some prayers here to continue praying for the late. The President is being escorted there by the Speaker of Parliament, Right Honorable Anita Among, and I has also seen there. Then
all the chairpersons,
he is leaving,
with the only exception of one district councillor in the entire region.
Vice National
The rest
Chairperson
are all in
Congo, and the
That
rest
is
of
how
the party leaders.
strong
We want
the
to wind
region
up this broadcast by
supports
getting a
NRM
few SEC
and
members here to at least share one
I
or
wish
two
to
words
inform
to us
members that we're going to
on
have
what
lunch.
exactly the President has
And after
record
lunch,
here.
we're going
Let
to
me
have
just
the
go
mass.
ahead here with Honorable Singh Katongole to also
And
just
we shall
share with
continue
us
with the vigil
what have you
arrangements
picked
and
from
we'll
the
be
President's
updated
message, especially when he
time
was
goes by.
paying tribute to the late
Let the
ALEPER.
band continue giving us some background music.
The President
as
is
we
very
evolve
happy with the
next course of
developments
action.
going on in
I want to
Karamoja,
thank everybody for coming.
and we
may
expect in
God
the near
bless you.
future Karamoja to be #1 area of Uganda, and constructions of roads and other developments are happening in Karamoja, which is a very good sign. And leaders should be careful on statements they make. We should not be reckless in making statements. We should see the government programs and share the development equally than insisting on unnecessary burdens on government, which may fail to develop other areas.
Thank you. That's a SEC member in charge of Central Region, Honorable Singh Katongole, trying to also make a top-up on what the President has just recorded here, that there are some statements which are reckless coming from what we would expect to be leaders. I'm now joined by the SEC member, and this is the Vice Chairperson in charge of Eastern Uganda, Honorable Dr. Captain Mike Mukura. Have I made it rightly there?
You are correct. Yeah.
Well, you have been here very near
the target.
You have been here since morning, and on the few speeches we have received from the President and other speakers, what's your take home, especially when we are mourning as a country?
I think, first of all, His Excellency the President has been able to elucidate and clarify on the life of ALEPER as a member of the Central Executive Committee, a former member of Parliament, and also a patriot and a nationalist. As a matter, he served not only the region but the country in terms of investments and transformation of the society. Karamoja is an area which is 10% of Uganda, 11 ethnic groups, the one the President was talking about, the Maseniko, the Ik, the Topotha, the GA, and so on and so forth. There are 11 ethnic groups, very mineral rich. But you see, when I moved the motion in the 6th Parliament to urge government to disarm the Karachuna, the armed groups, Karamoja at that time had over 60 to 80,000 guns estimated. More guns at that time than Kenya as the whole country had in the army, police, prisons, and all the security organs. Insecurity was the order of the day in Karamoja. They raided and took cattle and killed people right from the Acholi sub-region, Lango, Teso, Bugisu, the Kapchora region, and also the internal contradictions, the internal fights between these ethnic groups. In one battle, for example, I recall, there was an encounter between the Maseniko and the GA, and 698 people were killed in one battle in one day in Karamoja. But they had several of those kind of encounters. Many people do not understand who are here in Kampala and many other parts of the country where Karamoja has come from. There was no single tarmac, there was no electricity, there was no clean water. You'd have, for example, in some of the areas, if somebody was killed, they would be left in that area and the vultures to take care of that. You would have women when they are pregnant. Sometimes the elders now decided that when a woman is pregnant, because of the nomadic nature of life, women will not take a bath in order to ensure that they don't clean themselves with dirty water and therefore adulterate the DNA and sometimes the infections. What am I saying therefore? I want the people to understand that Karamoja has gone through a transformation. President Museveni, who has disarmed Karamoja sub-region and removed guns, disarmed, de-appetized the Karamojan from the gun culture, has now evolved into transformation and development of Karamoja. You now have electricity in Karamoja, all the way from Opuyot, from Teso and so on and so forth, clean water, tarmac and so on. I would like to thank the President for having accorded our comrade, Honorable ALEPER, an official burial. I also want to thank the President for having accepted to take care of the family. To me, may the Lord Almighty bless him immensely. I want to thank all those who have come and attended, the members of Parliament, members of the Central Executive Committee, the Speaker, and so on and so forth. And those who are not with us, the message is, as the President said, let's remain united, let's work together for the good of our country. I thank you.
Thank you. That has been the Right Honorable retired Captain Mike Mukula sharing with us what exactly he knows about Karamoja, because we are not only here celebrating the life and times of the late ALEPER Simon, but of course the region is also celebrating where it has come from because of the insecurity which we have known that in the history or in the past it was one of the major activities happening there. Then we want to pause this broadcast from here, but here at the Secretariat, the body will keep here until later on in the night, where we expect that All Saints Cathedral from Namirembe is coming to be holding here a service until when this body will be airlifted, because the President has committed that he will use his powers and his available resources to ensure that he secures them a chopper to airlift the body to Moroto, where further programs will be handled on the other sides of Karamoja until the burial day of Tuesday, that is 30th July 2024. For UBC, we shall keep you updated on as far as this development is concerned. Now, back to the broadcast house along Nile Avenue in Kampala.